Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. We are back out here at the Morgan Monroe State Forest. Little diversion again today. I swear, I think if every little problem can happen, it's going to happen to me. So last night I got home. I got everything set up. I don't know if you'd seen the social media posts, but I was out actually doing topless FT8. And I know those two words should never go together anyways, especially in the ham radio community. But I was out here in the Bronco. I had the top off because it was such a beautiful day. And so I was sitting there in the over at the Scout Ridge Nature Preserve and just kind of leaned back, had my foot hanging out and top off. And I was doing FT8 here on the 891, which is another thing I wanted to talk about. Good morning, James. So a couple weeks ago, Jason Ham Radio 2.0 did another one of his Let's Make a Deal streams with Gigaparts, and they had the it's a very specific digi-rig for the 891 kind of kit put together, and I just went ahead and bought it. I think it was 70-ish, 60, $69, $70, somewhere in there. And man, I'll tell you what, it just made it that much easier. And I know you can, it probably wasn't hard to begin with. Most of my radios, most of the radios since I started have had integrated sound cards in them. So it's not been an issue. My first two radios were the Yaesu 897D and then the 857D, which are essentially they're internally the same radio, programming wise, they're the same radio, but it had to use a signal link, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with those, but those are essentially what a similar nature to a digi-rig, except for it had a kind of a programming board that you would stick in to make the right connections for the radios. So you would buy the signal link, and then you would get the specific adapter to go in. Good morning, POTA Boy. You would get that. And good morning, Vaughn and Julie. And Vaughn, please, Vaughn, whatever you do, make sure your pants are on. I know you like to jump up. I couldn't believe Julie told me that. She's like, yeah, Vaughn gets the notice and he comes running out in the other room so he can get on the air with you. And he's usually in his underwear. So I don't know. I guess pants are optional, but you got to make sure you have coffee. But yeah, the signal link, and then you would buy this little drop-in thing that would link the right pins together for whichever radio you were using. So that was it. And then when I bought my first, and both those radios were used. Fast forward a couple years, I bought my first HF radio, and it was a Yaesu 991 Alpha, and that had the integrated sound card in it. And pretty much ever since then, every radio has one. So I bought the 891 last year on a recommendation from Mike K at MRD. basically that, and combined with the ATOS, so I could continue to do, quick POTA activations here in the truck. Now, ideally, my big thing is to actually be outdoors. I'm not a fan of being in here. But during the winter when it's really cold outside, this is a great alternative. In the summer where Mike lives down in Texas at this time of year, it's probably 100 degrees already at 9 o'clock in the morning. So having the ability to be in during the hot months for people that live down south, being in a cooler environment, um, makes sense, right? And then also, I don't drive a lot for work, but I do have to go into the office every once in a while, and it's not uncommon on the east corner of Indianapolis. The traffic is at a standstill, either through construction, accident, or both. So when traffic is crappy like that, I'll go out the back way and I'll just go over to Fort Harrison State Park, and I could set up and do a POTA activation from there while I'm waiting for the traffic to thin out on the interstate, so I can get back on the road and head home. And you never know what's going to be around, right? Um, Good morning there, Tortoise Overland. You never know what's going to be around, and doing POTA activations, kind of a at targets of opportunity to tie it back to a military thing. So we'll take targets of opportunity and do it. And also, I like to, um, on all the stats, right, of POTA. Two things I'm trying to do, and I think most people do this, right? Work work all states as a hunter. So I've got all 50 states, and actual all 50 states, plus DC. And then the second one is to try to activate as many, uh, not necessarily as many parks, but to try to get an activation in all 50 states. So my um, my work travel takes me to conferences. Unfortunately, those conferences are, California, either up in the San Francisco area, or like the last one I went to was in San Diego. Uh, Nevada, because everybody's got to do something in Las Vegas. Um, Good morning there, Frequency Frenzy. David, I believe, if I remember right. And which I understand you're going to be at Huntsville again this year, so we'll have to get together and swap stories from the last year. Um, so the traveling's kind of got me, to certain places, but Huntsville is a good example. I don't have Georgia, and Huntsville, Alabama is not too far from Georgia. My intention this this coming one is and I've done it. I did it last year. Yeah, last year was my first year to go down there. Was to basically go down for the entire week. So I'll head down there on Monday. So I'll be there Monday evening. I'm going to drive through Kentucky and Tennessee. I've already got POTA activations in those two states, but I'll go this time. It was on my list of things to do last year, of the 27 things that I wanted to do while I was down there. Now, of course, it's vacation, right? So my schedule is I'm just kind of going along with the flow. So um, I'm down there, and Tio's already there. Mike is there. The first day that I got there, and I think we went to dinner. And then, every day more and more people started filtering in. So yeah, I was just going with the flow. This year, I kind of know what the flow is, and I am going to plan a day. So if anybody's going to be there that's interested, let me know. We can start working something out, and scheduling it. But what I'd like to do is take one of those days and drive over to Georgia, and maybe see if there's some other places around to uh, just kind of drive in, set up, do an activation, and check it off. I think when I was looking at it before, it's about an hour or so maybe to get into Georgia from where we were at, maybe a little bit longer. And then there was a whole string of parks along a river, which looked interesting. So something to do. So 13 colonies is this week, and I haven't even made it. Well, I haven't intentionally gone out and made a contact yet. But um, I don't know. Maybe today we could take a look to see what's out there. Although I'm not a big fan of hunting. Um, when I was doing the voice activation last night, I jumped on a frequency that was dead silent, and did the normal is the frequency in use, and somebody came back and said that the 13 colonies, GB 13 COL or whatever it was, over in Great Britain was on the frequency. Um, so I moved on and found another frequency. Later, I saw a Reddit post where apparently, and it was the same frequency. I think it was 7.175 or somewhere in there. So people said it was a shit show um, in trying to activate it, which kind of leads me down this line of kind of what I wanted to talk about, but not really. Is um, we're we're gamifying amateur radio, and that's not a bad thing. Um, but I think what we are the unintended consequence to it is we have or creating a group of, I don't want to say bad operators, but rude operators at best. The desire to be first, that desire to break the pile up, and going beyond just the simple things. It used to be when I started the breaking the pile up was timing. It was raising the pitch of your voice. That always seemed to get in there, right? Um, for a lot of people who might be watching this and not under, not having a frame of reference, when you get a pile up, and that's the nice thing about sideband, right? So there's no carriers, right? It's like standing in the middle of a room and having 30 people around you all wanting your attention right at that moment, and you have to find that one voice that stands out and um, grab that, right? And so what is happening is people are turning to unconventional, rude. I don't know what the word is, but they're turning to some ways to try to beat everybody else because it's become this obsessive competition. It's the and I'm not picking on anybody, but it's the person in the first 30 minutes that's got to post on social media that, hey, I got a clean sweep already. Well, good for you. I and it's fine. And I say that as a person who utilizes social media to promote the hobby. I get it, but it's great. Yeah, the pile up was crazy. George, I'm assuming you were talking about the 13 colony station. I I haven't even tried it. I've honestly I've just got to the point like field day, um, and in some of these other events, I don't want to do them. I don't want to go out there because it some point I get more frustrated than what it's worth, because it's literally like you know standing at the line waiting for that latest. I started to say CD. I kind of date myself, or waiting for that new album to come out, right? And you've got 30 people at the counter at the music store, but for the younger people, they probably wouldn't get that. But you know what I mean, right? It's the latest. It's at the um, it's the people trying to get the concert tickets, and they're going through all these means to be that first person to get those tickets and whatever. And so I think I would like to see us as a community, start to mentor people. Um, and you don't even have to be a an expert at this. It's just common courtesy. And I think we've kind of moved away from that kind of common courtesy. And I'm not, and I don't want to get it from like the standpoint of, going out and being Karens or doing that. But, this is a hobby of hobbies, and we ideally teach other people around us. I mean, that's how we learn, right? We transfer that information, whether it's us doing it on YouTube in the form of these live streams and videos, or it's you down at the club, or it's your buddy from work that says, "Hey, I like this ham radio stuff that you're doing," and you sit down and you teach them, right? So those are the kind of the things that I wanted to just get off my chest today. But all right. Um, so it looks like Tom's going to be at Huntsville this year. He'll be car camping at his site, and that's cool. That's I got a Gazelle tent. I got one of the T4 Plus, I think is what I got, two of them, but the T4 Plus, which is it's a full size tent with an extension room on it, and you can use that for the kids, or in my case, what I used it for was like a lounge seating area, and I had the ability to bring radios and stuff inside in a covered area, and didn't have to have it out in the open. The So that's what I use it for. But when the my wife and kids come along, then we've got an extra room. I also picked up this last trip down to the More Expo, because that tent is kind of a Taj Mahal in is big. So I also picked up one of the T3s, which is very similar. I think that's the tent that Josh had. If you guys watched his video the other morning where he did the wake up and went through his tent. So very similar size. So it's big enough you can get a cot in there, and then you've got some room, but not a whole lot of room. So I had a cot, a side table, and um, an area to throw my bags and stuff in there and zip it up. So I usually take those two tents. So Tom, I'm with you. What I will say, the last year the gravel, they use those giant um, large gravel rocks, and those are not friendly to the bottom side of a tent. They do have some areas, depending on what spot you get, where you can go off the pad and go back into the thing. Now, if you're back in the primitive area, that's all dirt back there, and that's cool. But I took a spot. I got a spot last year that was I don't know, it was like two or three spots down from the shower house, which is nice. The showers are relatively nice there, and nice warm water. It is a little humid if you're not used to that compared to some of the other places, but it's not bad, and great time. The spot that I took this year has got the concrete, so they've been taking out the rocks and putting concrete down. And once again, these are powered spots, and I'm going to be there all week, so I'm not going to go without power. But then the other, um, they're not only powered, but they're also set up for campers. So that's that. So last year, so I'll be on concrete. What I might do is take the tent and take it off the pad, put it out on the dirt, and then just set up shop. So I've got the um, big gazebo and the tent and everything. So that should give me enough room. And then last year I brought stuff to um, cook and everything like that, and it didn't it didn't materialize. So this year I'm not going to bring as much because we would either go down into town for dinner every night, which was fine. And it was usually there was a group of us, so we would do that, or we would go and I think a couple nights, Stephen Crestio and his wife would grilled out for the group, and so we would just eat over there. Yeah, he's gonna have his RV, so that'll be a place of refuge. The only thing that I don't have without an RV is air conditioning, and to be honest, I was not comfortable at night. Matter of fact, I had to pull up my blanket and cover up a few nights, so it wasn't too bad. You're high enough in elevation that you get a good breeze coming through there, and it's not too bad. Um, oh, Zipping through the comments here, it looks like probably missed a conversation or two. Well, hey, let's get on the air. Let's do something. So start bringing some stuff in here. I like I had mentioned, I swing the camera around here. Oh no, wrong view. There we go. You watch the
As Palm Beach. Current temperature is 82 degrees. KR4.
well, the band sounded pretty.
USL, I have you a 5555 into US 12458 Minnesota. Thank you for hunting at 73.
Band sound pretty good.
Foxtrot 5, Papa Yankee India. Larry, good to hear from you today.
All right. While we're doing that, let's go ahead and get POTA set up. I said POTA. Polo.
Hey, thank you. And 73. I'm on at least a 5-spark rope today, so maybe I'll get to you again later. Thanks again, at 73. Kilo 0, Oscar Tango Charlie, CQ POTA, US 12458 in Minnesota.
Kilo 5, Oscar Tango Tango.
Kilo 5, Oscar Tango Tango 59.
US Alpha 59, US 59 as well, and Lima Alpha this morning. Have fun in 73s.
Thanks for Lima Alpha, and appreciate you hunting. 73, Kilo 0, Oscar Tango Charlie, CQ POTA from US 12458.
November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, park to park.
November 4, Bravo Uniform November 59. Thanks for Golf Alpha and 73. There was another November 4 station.
November Oscar 2 Charlie. November Oscar 2 Charlie. QSL?
QSL, that was the one. November Oscar 2 Charlie, 57 in the
That's why I
clear,
don't like
US
going hunting here.
12458.
I thank you very much. You're also 57 into Long Island, New York. Long Island, New York. Thank you very much for the new park.
Thanks for New York and 73, Kilo 0, Oscar Tango Charlie, CQ POTA.
November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, park to park.
The park to park, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. You are 5-9 into Uncle Sam 4215 QSL.
There's two park to parks. I'll get you both. I can hear you both loud and clear here. First park to park, I'll take the November 3 Uniform Delta India. QSL 1435. I have you a 55 into US 12458. Thank you. 73. This is Kilo 0, Oscar Tango Charlie. The other park to park, go ahead.
Yeah, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. You are 5-9 into Uncle Sam 4215.
QSL 4215. I have you a 5757 into US 12458. Hey, Tim, are you live streaming this morning?
I am absolutely live streaming. So you're on, if you want to go back and listen, about 27 minutes in.
QSL, I like to watch your Sunday morning live streams. I'm out on a 5-park road. Hope to get you again later this morning. Thanks again, and 73.
All right, 73, my friend. Have a great activation today.
Thanks again, 73. Kilo 0.
All right, so I just noticed something here. My, what do we got going on here? I got class and location. Am I still set up for? Well, I have one of those moments here. I don't care. Why is? Oh, there we go. All right, that's better. All right, in the log. Okay, let's go find a frequency.
You need to keep it moving, but I'll take a few more here. QRZ.
It's like a busy day today.
The Kilo India first.
Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is this frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air from US 10254. Check that. US 4215. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Morning, Roger. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling. CQ Parks on the air and standing by. I think the band just dipped. When I was talking with Tyler, I don't know if you noticed, he dropped pretty much. You know what? I know you guys are listening. Let's try 40. So one of the things I had found, you guys probably know about this if you do have TA. The 891 will has some options for what mode you want it to be in: upper sideband, lower sideband, auto, and auto is the default setting. And what it does is when you go to 40, the generally accepted one is lower sideband, but a lot of the data modes are on upper sideband. And so, I tell my logging program go to 40, and it would immediately default to lower sideband. So I had to switch it over to auto. So, and that's why it came up as upper sideband. But let's get up into the. It's kind of like watching the grass grow there. Is the frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Is the frequency in use? November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot. Probably should have jumped over and make sure nobody was spotted there. Looks like we're good. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Was there a park station?
Roger, Roger. Kilo Echo 2 Bravo Uniform Oscar. PSL.
I got the Kilo Echo 2. What was the suffix again?
Bravo Uniform Oscar. Bravo Uniform Oscar.
All right. Ken, got you in the log. Kilo Echo 2, Bravo Uniform Oscar. You're about a 4545 in the park. 4215 QSL.
Roger, Roger. 4993. US 4993.
I copied 4993 QSL.
QSL, and I do have a second up for you.
All right, standing by for second operator.
November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, this is Kilo Echo 2 Bravo Whiskey Zulu. I do have you got a Sci-Fi coming into US 4993 this morning.
All right, I copied Kilo Echo 2 Bravo Whiskey Zulu with a 55 QSL. All right, sounds good. You're also about a 4546 into Uncle Sam 4215 QSL.
QSL, thank you so much for being out there this morning. I hope you have a great activation.
All right, thank you. Have a great activation at 73.
73.
November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. Kyle, I'm in Eastern time zone. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Tango.
Was there a station ending in Tango? CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Julie, do you sing today? CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Whiskey 3 Kilo Bravo Whiskey.
Whiskey 3 Kilo Bravo Whiskey. Karen, good morning. You're a 5-9.
QSL, yeah, you're a 5. I'm going to give you a 5-8 here in the middle of North Carolina, and thanks for being out there.
All right, thank you for the 5-8 in North Carolina. Have a great day today, great weekend in 73.
You too, thanks. 73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Kilo Romeo 4, Bravo Delta Romeo.
Kilo Romeo 4, Bravo Delta Romeo. Kevin, good morning, 5-9.
Good morning, sir. You're coming in 5-7 in the Georgia, 5-7 in the Golf Alpha. I appreciate you activating this morning with the bands being kind of a yo-yo.
All righty, thank you very much. Appreciate the 5-7. Have a great day today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend in 73.
73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, QRZ. Go ahead, Park to Park. I think I copied Kilo Delta 2 Mike India Charlie. Greg? right, I copied. I think you said 57 into Park 2090. You're a little in my noise floor there. I'm going to give you about a 57, or I'm sorry, 47, 47 QSL. My park is 4215, 4215. Kilo Delta 2, Mike India Charlie. Did you copy park number 4215?
Copy 4215.
All right, Roger, Roger. Hey, have a great activation today in 73, my friend.
73. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
Alpha Alpha 0 Zulu.
Alpha Alpha 0 Z. Kyle, good morning. 59 plus. Alpha Alpha 0 Zulu. Kyle, good morning. 59 plus.
Hey, can you hear me now? My mic didn't latch. You're about a 5'8" here in Missouri.
All right, thanks to 5'8" in Missouri. You at the contest station, or are you working from home?
Nope, into the contest station tonight, or this morning. Going to try and work some 13 colonies.
Sounds like a plan. I'll probably do that here a little bit later myself. Hey, thanks for the contact. Have a great day today in 73, my friend.
Yeah, 73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
November 3 Uniform Delta India, Park to Park.
The November 3 Uniform Delta Station.
November 3 Uniform Delta India, Park to Park.
All right, November 3 Uniform Delta India, you are 5'9".
So you are 5'1" into US 1435 QSL.
All right, I copied the 5'1" into 1435. Yeah, so you are 5'9" into Uncle Sam 4215 QSL.
QSL, 73.
All right, sounds good, my friend. Have a great activation today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
November 9, Yankee Papa, November.
November 9, Yankee Papa, November. Anthony, good morning, 5'9".
I copy 5'9", you're off of 5'9", Illinois, 73 and half time.
All right, thanks to 5'9" into Illinois, my friend. Have a great weekend in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Whiskey 8 Victor Foxtrot Delta.
Whiskey 8 Victor Foxtrot Delta. Mike, good morning, 5'9".
55 Ohio.
All right, thanks to 5'5" into Ohio, my friend. Have a great day today in 73. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
Whiskey 4 Zulu Delta Papa.
Whiskey 4 Zulu Delta Papa. Bill, good morning, 5'7".
Copy 5'7", copy the 5'7". You're also 5'7". My park number, United Sierra 2198. 2198 QSL.
All right, I copied 5-7 from Uncle Sam 2198. Looks like the Skidaway Island State Park.
Roger, down here in Golf also.
All right, you have a great activation to do today too, my friend. And 73, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed.
Kilo Oscar 4, Zulu Oscar Golf.
Kilo Oscar 4, Zulu Oscar Golf. William, good morning, 5-9.
Yes, sir. You 5-9.
All right, I copy 5-9, my friend. Have a great day today in 73.
You have a good activation.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air from US 4215, the Morgan Monroe State Forest. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. Whiskey Romeo 4 station.
Whiskey Romeo 4 Oscar.
Whiskey Romeo 4 Oscar. Don, good morning, 5-5.
Roger, good morning. Jim, got you a good 5-7 in Georgia. Golf Alpha, over.
Got the 5-7 into Georgia, my friend. Have a great morning and 73.
Roger, thank you, Jim, 73.
All right, thank you. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, yours, Ed. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air. November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by. CQ POTA, November Whiskey 9 Foxtrot, calling CQ Parks on the air and standing by.
Hola. Las condiciones. No hay nadie. Condiciones hay.
All righty. Well, my wife here says her hubby is in his happy place, and I agree. I am in my happy place. Sounds like another station has come in on the frequency there. Not a big deal. It happens. The bands shift. So sounds like he's speaking French. So I'm assuming probably either the band's gone really long or Canadian. So we can go back to 20 meters here. What? All right. You know what? I'm not going to mess with it. So adding FT8 to this has introduced some new headaches. So I had to get that worked out, but not a big deal. It's just a matter of order of operations and understanding it. Not not a big deal. But let's just run over the thing here real quick. Even in this short time and me jibber jabbering and everything, still able to get 13 contacts knocked out. 6 parked parks, which was good. So a lot of people out this morning in parks and doing activations, and that's a wonderful thing. Worked 10 of the 50 U.S. states, no Canadian provinces today, and 12 of the 13 contacts were on 40 meters, and 1 was on 20 meters. So that was the quick rundown, and let's see if I can. Yeah. There we go. In Biggin. So this is basically the footprint of my my setup here. Just running the ATOS on the side of the truck. No biggie. And to be honest, I know a lot of people have oh yeah, Chris, thank you. I'll check that out here in a bit. I've got just a couple minutes left. Actually, T.O. and Big Jim will be live streaming here at 10 o'clock. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this down here in a few minutes anyway. So, but I'm going to continue to operate. So if you're on the bands, look for me. I'll be here for a while. But what I was saying was in general, this is kind of the same footprint. I know it's something that came up in Josh's live stream last night, or the after chat, was that some people will get out here and I think this is all going back into that mentoring younger people and in this getting out there. They get so hung up on these little details that good enough is good enough. That's always been my mantra. Good enough is good enough. You come out here and your radio's got a kind of a maximum on the impedance that it has to have. Newer radios will fold back and really keep you from damaging the radio. The older ones, yeah, you've got some problems, but they'll spend 2 hours, dialing in an antenna, trying to squeeze out every last bit of performance, and 2 things happen. 3 things maybe. Maybe they get it, but they ended up spending an absorbent amount of time when they could have been operating. And kind of the joking back and forth with Frank was talking about last night was the guy that he was with that did that. By the time the guy was ready to get on the air, somebody else started using that frequency, and then so all the work he did was only really good for that frequency and that dip in the standing wave. So it's it's one of those things. Like you said, just good enough is good enough. Get out there and do it. And so that pattern that I had there with this antenna is about 3 minutes worth of work versus 7 or 8 or 10 minutes. But I don't waste my time chasing down and trying to squeeze out every last bit. If I'm under 2-1, hey, I'm doing good. I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to get on there and start making contacts because um, you can do that. Now I'm going to say this, and please nobody take this the wrong way, but I think sometimes people use that as an excuse not to get on the air. You'll hear people use that excuse, and I think it's just kind of a continuation. Well, I'll go do POTA when I have X. I'll go do out and do this activation when I've got this, and that. And trust me, I have done that myself. So I say this from experience, and I'm not saying it bad. Uh, the other day on the Ham Radio Kids table, we were talking about when is a good time to do your first CW activation? Well, yesterday was the best time, and the next best time is right this minute, right? And that can hold true in anything that we're doing here. There is a fear of picking up a mic. Mic fright is a real thing, but once you move past it, it becomes second nature. For me, live streaming scared the bejesus out of me. Being able to sit here and talk to you, and looking at this green, circle on my, camera in front of me, and just basically staring at it and talking to it without any feedback coming back scared the shit out of me. And here I am running off at the mouth like diarrhea, right? So it is possible. One thing leads to another. So the best time to do it is right now. Jump out there, just go do it. Don't allow I need this next thing before I can do this to go do it. What you need is the best gear you can get, the radio you got, the antenna you got, the battery you got, and you don't need the computer, you don't need the phone, you got pen and paper. Go out and make the contacts. Hunting POTA, especially when you're portable, may not be the best thing. So run the frequency. It's scary. I got it. I know it. I was terrified of it myself, but the thing, the simplest thing to do is just to pick up the mic and call CQ. You control the dialogue, right? You control it. If people are being obnoxious, ignore them. If it's the point where you can't ignore them, let them be obnoxious and you go find another frequency. It's not that hard, right? We get mentally challenged people all the time that love to QRM us while we're doing POTA activations or any kind of activation. I mean, that's a common thing, and most of them are too stupid to realize that it's not really causing a problem. But then, if it is, just go to another frequency. They're little children anyway. So there you go. Well, that's my 2 cents, guys. It is about as it looks like 9:58 here. So Tio and thank you, Tortoise Overland for becoming a member. Tio and Big Jim will be transmitting here pretty soon on the YouTubes. I'm not sure what they're doing, but as we know, that's been affectionately referred to as Ham Church on a Sunday morning, and some people have referred to this as Sunday school. So I'll take it. Have a great weekend. Enjoy what's left of it. Enjoy the fact that it's we had 249. I don't know how many years. I got to take off my shoes to do the math, but especially don't math on stream. But some guys got together, came up with an idea, and here we sit, freedom. So enjoy it. I'm going to put a link to their stream in here. Hopefully that's the right one, and hopefully Nightbot will not smack me down for doing it in there multiple times. Once again, everybody, 73. Have a great weekend. Enjoy what's left of it, and we will catch you later.